Hey guys, what is up? Schloppy here, and today we're doing another team review before we get ahead of this upcoming NFL season. Today we are on the second team on the list, the Atlanta Falcons, playing in the NFC South, a division that seems to have only good teams or only bad teams. Nobody's really too sure. They all kind of disappointed last year, none more so than the Falcons. Anyway, let's talk about them. In the draft, they took Vic Beasley, very talented D-end, 8th overall. They took Jalen Collins, a cornerback, in the second round. Tevin Coleman, a running back in the third round. He has a tough name. So let's just jump right into the offense. Their draft was pretty good, but let's just talk about the offense. They have a new offensive coordinator this year, and Kyle Shanahan, who's most famous for making RG3 look good, so clearly a talented man. He's a fan of a very balanced offense, although, if I'm going to be honest, I don't think he can run that with this team. Jake Matthews, hoping for a bounce-back season from him, but who knows? But when you're looking at this offense, obviously you got Matty Ryan playing quarterback. He's a talented guy, but he can't lead a team as well as some of the other high-end quarterbacks, in my opinion. But he's a talented guy, pretty fast outside the pocket, but loses accuracy if he's on the run. Great pocket passer, though. A lot of zip on the balls. His deep ball's a little wobbly, but that's okay. In Madden, it doesn't matter much. If you're open deep, he'll probably hit you. Anyway, he's got one of the most talented wide receivers in football on the outside, and Julio Jones, who's just otherworldly. He's coming back, and I imagine he'll be pretty good. Roddy White's on the other side, another year older, but he still keeps trucking. So that'll be interesting to see if he can come back and play at a level that he was at before. If he does, then that's a dynamic 1-2 punch, and you can see their passing game explode. They got Tulo, I think that's how you say his name, playing tight end, and he's underrated. Pretty good blocker. He's a decent pass catcher. He could be a talented guy out there if he really steps it up this season. At running back, this is why I sort of doubt that they'll be a balanced team. Their offensive line is pretty good. It's not incredible, but it's all right. But they have Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman. Either one could really be the starter this season. They're kind of the same level, to me at least, they're kind of the same level of running back. Tevin Coleman's younger, but Devontae Freeman's only a year older. They're both pretty quick, decent pass catchers. It could be interesting to see who their starting running back is. I imagine a lot of snaps for both of them unless one of them really shines. But I just can't see them being a 50-50 team, run to pass. I see them definitely pass heavy. Anyway, let's move to the defense, where they had a tough time the last few seasons. Their defense has been really bad. I think historical levels of bad, if I'm going to be honest. Anyway, their defensive coordinator, Richard Smith, talented guy. He likes tough defenses with a big pass rush, which, given their secondary, they probably need. Their defensive line has been their big problem over the past few seasons. There's just not much there. They drafted Vic Beasley, who I think could make a big impact, although it's tough for rookies to make a big impact on the defensive line. But he could definitely see some playing time, and I think in the future he'll be fantastic. They got Babineau, who I think will have a big season, but there's just not a huge amount of depth on that line. It's improved, but it's definitely not ready to handle Cam Newton and Drew Brees. I think they get smoked in that division, but that's just me. They're playing in a division with some very good offenses. They have a good offense, which can keep them in games, but I just don't think they have enough back there to really challenge for a division crown, although this division's always such a... I don't want to swear, but it's kind of a mess, but who knows, maybe the Saints have a down year, maybe Cam Newton gets injured, you know, cross my fingers, knock on wood, hope that doesn't happen, but, you know, anything could happen. So, who else do they have? Their secondary is okay. It's not incredible, especially when you consider that you have to play the Saints twice, although the Saints receiving core, it might be a little bit down. It's just not as good as it should be. It's decent, but it's not incredible. True Font, I expect to have a big year. Anyway, overall, talking about the Falcons, they have a pretty easy schedule. They do. I was looking at it. I mean, it starts off against the Eagles, which is a tough game. Maybe. Who really knows what to expect? They've got a pretty easy schedule. I think they're a little bit lackluster on defense. I think everyone would agree to that. I don't think anybody's claiming they have a really good defense. But when I look at them, I'm thinking best they could do is probably 8-8 unless something really pops, but I can't see that. I think in a couple years, this will be a really good team if they keep building the way they have. They have, you know, some pretty good young pieces in Coleman, Beasley, Matthews. I think they have really a good team for the future. But anyway, let's talk about how they will play in Madden, because that's what really matters when it comes down to it. Oh, wow. Depends what you think. But anyway, we're talking about Madden. I think the offense is really fun in Madden. I will say that. Those running backs are actually pretty fun. They bounce around. Throwing a Julio Jones is always fun. Matt Ryan, a little overranked, I think, in Madden, but definitely a fun quarterback to play with in Madden. So anyway, that's sort of my review of the Atlanta Falcons. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Comment what you think about the Falcons and their upcoming season. And I will catch you guys in the next one. And sub, why not? Just click that little sub button. That helps a lot, along with the lights in the comments. But sub for more. We're going to do every team. And I hope to see you guys here for the ride. Anyway, ciao.